I know what you're thinking. Jim, you've gone too far this time. That title is either intentionally sensational or you've lost your marbles, and the only reason I clicked on the link was to find out which it is. Well, I hate to disappoint you at the front end of a video, but neither option really applies. If anything, I might be leaning a little bit towards the sensationalism side, since I did know that it would draw some people in. But, believe it or not, it is an appropriate title to the content I care to discuss, and no, I don't actually think my RCA is possessed. So what do I mean by this crazy talk? Glad you asked. Once upon a time, a parent such as me, when monitoring the content we as a family take in, had only to worry about inappropriate sexual innuendo, strong language, and perhaps violence. These elements are still quite rampant, but now we have a new guy in town in that of the demon narrative. But before I dive in too deep here, let's define the overall understood idea of demons and their characteristics. They're normally disembodied, or understood to be disembodied, fallen angels or evil spirits, unseen to the naked eye. They have the power to tempt, torture, and in some cases even possess individuals. Manifest and possessed persons, they occasionally take control, causing the person to lose their identity or be pushed back. Once manifested, they behave quite differently from the person they control, often even exuding talents, knowledge, or powers that the person does not normally have on their own. To quote scripture, they are here to steal, kill, and destroy. They can be exorcised or thrown out, as is often the case in the New Testament with Jesus and his disciples. Whether you believe in demons or not, folks, you understand, hopefully, the basic narrative that Christians have with these beings. So, let's dive into the two groups that I'm addressing in this series. And yes, it will be a series because there's several clips that will prove my point and hopefully generate lots of discussion in both areas. Camp 1 is you, the atheists. I recognize that you do not believe in God, angels, fallen or otherwise, or that some disembodied evil spirit can exist, much less have any power to cause your life to be problematic. For you, this series is only meant to ask the question, why would producers of various media even be interested in using what you consider an awful, religiously influenced demon narrative to sell products or to be the central focus in TV programming, especially that of children's programming? Because, unfortunately, I have one too many examples from that arena. The second group of you that I'm addressing are my fellow Christians. For you, I want to engage in a dialogue using our collective discernment about these issues in an effort to formulate a good parenting plan when these things pop up. What do we say to our kids? How do we guard against it, etc.? If you think I'm completely off my rocker and in la land, then say so. If you think I'm onto something, then let's discuss. The only thing I will be a bit leery of from my fellow Christians is any of you that try to tell me that demons are not real. Atheists are free to say so. I don't really think you are, since the Bible and Jesus Christ himself say otherwise. So let's dive into example 1 of this series, which is by far the least blatant of the clips I've collected so far. I figure we may need to ease our way into this. Roll tape.
You decided which vehicle you want to go with today?
Hey baby, I want that car. Hey baby, I really want that car. Let's get that car.
Yeah, that's my confidence. It's been coming out of me ever since I went on cars.com. I compared gas mileage using their side-by-side comparison tool, and this one will be great.
Oh, yeah baby, let's get those keys and go.
I'll get the keys.
Woo! Cars.com.
What you just saw is a commercial that had its debut in our last Super Bowl for cars.com. Now, I completely understand that this was supposed to be funny. But if you're like me, they not only missed their comedic mark, but they went so far as to creep me out. And I'm not alone in saying so. I found this clip on a blog that reviewed all of the Super Bowl commercials, and the author of this blog said, and I quote, "This is perhaps the creepiest, Super Bowl commercial of all time. Essentially, you have what this man is calling his confidence, manifesting itself without his control or consent, causing him embarrassment by singing about the car he wants to buy. Never mind the thing is attached to the man through the back by some kind of umbilical type cord. Cars.com, why? Like actual possession stories, you have a manifestation of something other than the man. It looks like him, but it's obviously not him. He's not in control, and when others notice it, he's embarrassed by it, but seems to have no power over it. And did I mention it's coming out of his back like some kind of symbiotic alien parasite? But what do you think? If you have any chance of calling foul in this series, it's going to be on this clip. I've already warned you, it's the tamest and least obvious of those that I've collected. Tune in soon, hopefully next week, for part 2 as we tackle the depression drug Abilify and examine some of their marketing strategies.